to My Positive Perspective Internet Show today, where we feature individuals and groups whose goal it is to benefit the overall Charleston community. Today's episode is brought to you by the Ball Agency. For all your PR related needs, check out the Ball Agency. Today's guest is Brian Shirley, a fellow host of a talk show on Kinetic Hi-Fi. He actually hosts a show that comes on right before my show on Wednesdays. It's called the BTS Radio Show. So, Brian, maybe you can talk about a little bit about the BTS show.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Jason.
Sure.
My pleasure to be on your show here. My Positive Perspective, I really like it. I've watched some of the episodes that I was telling you earlier. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
BTS Radio Show is really new. It's only been on since probably late April, of 2013. And my vision for the show is to bring comedy, stand-up comedy as far as clips and guests, music as far as music that you may have heard on the radio, big-time acts, but I play the B-sides, the songs that you don't hear on the radio, and I do interviews from entertainment professionals across the board. As I was telling you, I had an author on last week who had just had a heart transplant a year, almost to the day that I had him on the show, and he's written 2 books about that. And so I have authors on, actors. This week I had Nick Catello from Hollywood Sunset Pictures, who's doing an independent film.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be in. I'm playing a crooked preacher.
Okay. Wow.
Called Brother Hope, and that's one of the movie guys I've had on. I've had several of those guys on that are making films, and comedians, musicians. I had Steve Brack. I played Wednesday this week. I played The Driller, and this song is new. He just finished it. He sent me an MP3. So, not bragging, folks, but just letting you know the vision of my show is coming to fruition. It's really beautiful that I set out to do something and it's actually coming together. I wanted to bring folks like myself. I'm a comedian for 20 years. Y'all probably have never heard of me, and that's part of the show. I'm not just for myself, though. I'm trying to bring entertainment. I think we have a lot of talented people in this country, but unfortunately, in my opinion, there's the gatekeepers, we call them, in the business, and I guess you understand what I'm talking about, is that only a certain style or a certain look or a certain thing is getting through these gatekeepers. So I'm trying to bring the other folks that are getting ignored to the public. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so really what you're kind of trying to do is become a gatekeeper, kind of like a venture. Right. And that's a very similar thing I'm trying to do with My Positive Perspective, is trying to highlight these people that really have great intentions and are truly talented. You see, on my show, I have people that, are trying to get into that gate, and I'm trying to be a gatekeeper and be like, I'm having these talented people and these good intended people on my show, and that's what we need to bring recognition to.
I think, that's beautiful, and I'm seeing more of it. It's funny how you start something, you go, okay, and you're not totally original. It's nothing's new under the sun.
You're never going to be original.
But you think to yourself, I wonder if anybody else is doing this. And it's like getting a car, like a brand new car, and you think, I wonder if and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere.
Yeah.
Only because you got it. If you wouldn't have got it, you wouldn't have. But so I'm having the same thing happen with the show now. I'm running into people that are the same mindset as me and you. And that's beautiful, because that tells you, now we connect.
Yeah.
Now we have connected. I have a lady out in Seattle. It's called Northwest Prime out in Seattle, Washington. Same idea. It was beautiful when we connected. And she's sending me folks for my radio show. And I'm, all right, well, here, you want to send me this Anton Dunn. I think he's going to be on in a few weeks. Got a brand new song out, beautiful song that about his mother dying of, I think it was breast cancer, and this song came out of him because of this. So these stories, too, that you get when you start something like that. I never thought, there's people I've met that I never thought I would meet. because of this show. And like I told you before we came on today, I just got a gig up in North Carolina because of having the BTS radio show, because of promoting it and a guy seeing it, and we talked, and now I'm going to do my comedy up in... so it does help me, and I help people. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what I envisioned this whole thing. And it is scary when sometimes you think of something and it starts coming true, because you go, all right, what's going to happen now? So then we need you. That's when I come here, folks, to get the positive perspective on everything.
Yeah, certainly. And it's like whenever you start something, you never know exactly how it's going to go or how it's going to develop. You just kind of throw it out there and you try to get it out there to the best of your ability, and you do the best job on developing your product, and you mentioned seeing it come to fruition. It's a journey, and
yes, it is.
And then because you're the one that started that, or you developed it, you're the most interested in seeing on how everything develops and goes forward.
I did a episode of the BTS radio show, which, folks, I'm on 4 to 6 every Wednesday right before Jason does his show, and sometimes I actually do remember to say, hey, stay around for my positive perspective. Usually I don't, because my brain is just going in 15 different directions when I'm on. But I had a really cool thing happen about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Jason, because of the folks that I've met over the last year, because I started doing another radio show and switched to this one. I was able to take all the music that I've gotten from folks over the past year, and the music for our show a couple of weeks ago was all music from these people. There were no big name acts on there, but it was all fantastic music just by people I've met over the last year.
Okay.
I used in between the comedy clips and the interviews, and that was an exciting episode for me.
Yeah.
It was almost like, here's the stuff I found, and I'm sharing it with everybody.
Right. That's pretty nice.
And it was really neat. And that was one of those shows that I was just proud of, not just for myself, but that I could get all those talented people's music out in one big chunk, No doubt. I've interviewed some amazingly talented people on my radio show also, and it really is, satisfying, because that the interviewee is really having fun. And you're having fun too, and it's just a pleasure interacting. Right.
It's a pleasure doing the job on Kinetic Hi-Fi. And I'll say, right there, folks. And thank y'all for tuning in to My Positive Perspective. And have a great day.
Thanks.
On a sunny day, I feel my thoughts drift away. Only good vibes and good times living in my brain. On a sunny day, catch me lamping in the shade, feeling so fine and so high. Oh, my sunny day, still I hope all my efforts will one day pan out. The love within you'll never be without, so I roll, feeling strong and so invincible.